There are these absolute workhorses of the industrial world, right? These powerhouses quietly enabling everything else.
That's so true. Often out of sight, but totally fundamental.
Yeah, whether it's like a huge construction site, a busy factory floor, utility work.
Or even offshore, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing heavy moves without some serious lifting gear.
And today, that's exactly what we're doing, a deep dive into that world, industrial lifting equipment. Hoists, specifically.
hmm We've been looking at some really interesting material sources covering CM hoists, available through peenergy.com.
Right. And our mission here isn't just to, read off specs. We want to really unpack this.
Exactly. Pull out the key insights. What's special about the engineering? How are they actually used?
And crucially, what goes into making smart choices when you're procuring these tools? What really makes them reliable?
Efficient and, maybe most importantly, safe.
Okay, let's get into it. First off, their role. It's fundamental, isn't it?
Absolutely. The sources don't just call them tools. They're positioned as key to operational excellence, efficiency, safety.
They're framed as these powerhouses of industrial lifting.
Yeah, enabling that smooth, efficient movement. It saves so much time, money, sheer physical labor.
Lets the teams focus on the skilled stuff, the bigger picture stuff.
And the stakes, well, they're incredibly harsh.
The sources are blunt. Choosing the wrong hoist isn't just a bad buy, it's downright dangerous.
Right. Leads to delays, downtime, and, worst of all, serious safety incidents. Getting this right is non-negotiable.
Which naturally brings us to the different types and features. The source material really focuses on the CM models.
And it breaks them down mainly into hand chain hoists and electric chain hoists.
Okay, let's tackle hand chain first. The CM Cyclone gets a lot of attention, described as legendary.
Even the gold standard.
Yeah.
What stands out is this reputation for incredible durability. Precision, too.
They talk about ironclad longevity, superior engineering,
Everything from the rugged alloy frames, the corrosion resistance.
to the mechanical load brakes and reliable hooks. That fail-safe performance focus.
And I noticed they highlighted how that engineering means smoother, quicker lifting. It requires less muscling.
That's a tangible benefit, right? Less strain, faster work. They mentioned specific models, like the 14-ton.
For lighter tasks, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the 112-ton Army type with that high-strength aluminum.
You see those in tougher spots. Oil and gas, heavy industry.
Exactly. And they even mentioned a variation, the low-headroom Cyclone, the 6-ton model.
Ah, right. For places with low ceilings, maximizing that usable workspace underneath is key.
Definitely. Critical in some facilities.
Okay, moving on. The sources also bring up the CM Series 622A, specifically the 3-ton hook-mounted one.
This one seems geared towards maybe manufacturing, where
Sure.
space and economy are really important.
Described as having an ultra-low headroom profile, lightweight steel construction.
Simple, efficient, economical.
Yeah.
Perfect for those settings where, like the source says, every millimeter and every minute counts.
Then there's one with a really interesting design feature. The CM Hurricane 360 degrees.
Yes, the 1-ton model. That patented rotating hand chain cover is the big thing there.
Allows operation from any position. A full 360 degrees.
Which is a huge deal for safety and efficiency, isn't it?
Absolutely. You can operate from the side, even behind the load sometimes. Better positioning, more precision.
Avoids awkward angles, potential pinch points for the operator.
They note safety officers particularly appreciate that design. Makes sense.
So that's a look at some of the robust manual options. Then the sources shift gears to electric chain hoists.
Bringing in the power assist. The CM Valstar is mentioned first, the 1-ton electric chain hoist.
Yeah, the description, compact, lightweight dynamo, kind of sums it up. Seems like a versatile choice for general commercial use.
The sources call it a backbone of productivity, providing the needed horsepower.
Makes those repetitive or heavier lifts much less strenuous compared to manual. Effortless, they say.
And for maybe tougher power jobs, they discuss the CM Shopstar, like the 300-pound model.
Right. This one's explicitly built for rugged industrial and commercial use. They mention high H4 duty cycles.
Which basically means it's designed for frequent, heavy use without, breaking down quickly. Industry talk for toughness.
Exactly. Which is why the source material says procurement managers find it indispensable.
Streamlines operations, maximizes uptime because it's just built tough. Long-term reliability.
And the CM Lodestar also gets a mention. presented as an example of integrating newer tech,
highlighting its eco-friendly design.
which translates into real-world benefits like quieter operation, easier access for maintenance.
Less noise is always good. Faster servicing means less downtime, both boost efficiency.
Yeah, it shows how even this kind of traditional heavy equipment keeps evolving. Continuous advancement.
Okay, so we have this whole spectrum. Manual powerhouses, electric workhorses, all carefully engineered.
But as the sources really emphasize, getting the right tool is only like half the battle.
Where you get it from matters just as much.
And that's where the supplier perspective comes in, featuring PEEnergy.com. They're framed not just as a vendor,
But as an integral partner, helping you succeed operationally.
and they list a whole range of things to back that up. Beyond just having the products, it's the expert customer service,
Helping you navigate the specs capacity, headroom, features to get the right hoist.
which, going back to what we said earlier, is critical
Yeah.
because picking the wrong one is
Downright dangerous. So that expert guidance is a major risk mitigator.
absolutely. Then there's the commercial side. They highlight competitive wholesale pricing, bulk discounts,
Benefits for long-term clients too, like dedicated account management, maybe credit facilities.
and they stress quality assurance, partnering with the manufacturers, doing their own checks.
Plus, the logistics need to be solid. Order processing, swift delivery, international shipping, handling urgent requests.
They aim to cut through procurement red tape. Anyone in purchasing knows how valuable that is. Saves time, saves headaches.
The source literally says it saves sanity.
Huh? Yeah. And technical support is another big piece. Post-purchase help, troubleshooting, compliance records.
They can even arrange training, provide manuals, all the specs online. It's about the whole life cycle.
Making sure you not only get the right gear, but can use it effectively and maintain it properly.
They even touch on supporting green initiatives and helping with equipment upgrades. Plus, the standard stuff warranties, returns.
It paints this picture of a supplier really invested beyond just making the sale.
Okay, so let's bring this all back to you, the listener. Why does this deep dive into hoists and suppliers actually matter?
Well, because it's fundamentally about achieving what the sources call operational excellence.
It's more than just lifting heavy things. It's about building reliability and safety right into your core processes.
Reducing your risk, maximizing your uptime, contributing to that goal of accident-free operation.
And making sure your procurement process is efficient, getting you tools you can actually trust. That really does save sanity compared to dealing with constant failures or delays.
Think about those specific examples again. The Hurricane 360 degrees for better maneuverability. Yeah.
Or the low headroom cyclone for tight spaces. These aren't just abstract features.
They're direct answers to real-world problems you might be facing in your own facility. Constraints, safety challenges.
And the clear takeaway from the material is that this decision isn't just about the sticker price.
Not at all. It's about securing reliable tools that perform under pressure and prevent those costly, dangerous failures.
And having a supplier partner who understands the high stakes involved.
Right. So we've journeyed through quite a bit here, from the manual strength of hand chain hoists like the Cyclone and Hurricane,
Through the powered efficiency of electric options like Valistar and Shopstar.
all the way to understanding how crucial a comprehensive supplier like PEEnergy.com, as described in the sources, is in delivering these tools with the right support structure.
What struck me was this kind of dual focus in the material we looked at.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Well, it celebrates that timeless engineering, the ironclad longevity of proven designs like the Cyclone.
The classics.
But it also highlights ongoing innovation, like the Lodestar's eco-design or the Hurricane's unique 360 rotation.
That blend of reliability and, well, progress.
Exactly. So what does that combination tell us? Respecting what's proven while still pushing for advancements. What does that suggest about the future of this kind of essential industrial equipment?
And maybe when you consider how focusing on quality tools backed by these expert supply chains directly impacts things like safety, efficiency, even green initiatives, how does that challenge or maybe reshape how we traditionally think about heavy industry? Is it still just about brute force?